You know, just go home from work. It's Friday before the Vermont 2022 rifle season opener, and we're just getting geared up, getting our stuff together. We're supposed to get a torrential rain tonight, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the morning. We're supposed to get 1 to 2 inches starting. It started around 3, and it's supposed to go through until about 9 or 10 tomorrow morning. So we're going to play tomorrow morning by ear. Well, we're out in the woods. It's about 8:30, about 60 degrees. The rain was supposed to go through about 10, but it's pretty much backed off now. I'm starting to see spots of blue sky. The woods are super quiet, obviously, so even though it's a little bit warmer, I'm hoping that with the storm that just came through, they're going to be up on their feet moving a little bit. So we're going to poke along and see what we can find, and maybe we'll get into something. It is warm. I'm not even that far in here, and I'm already getting sweaty. Not much you can do unless you're sitting. I don't think today you'd sweat if you were sitting, but anyways, I'm working the edge of the swamp. It's like a cedar bog. A lot of moss in here and stuff, and there isn't any feed in the woods, so I thought between being cooler and maybe some browse and stuff along these edges, maybe we'd find something. Deer trails all through here. Just got to put a deer in it now. So I really wasn't getting into much sign down by that swamp. Nothing fresh at all. So I've moved up on this little ridge side. It's kind of a ridge top that runs just above the swamp. You can tell it was logged probably 25, 30 years ago. It's all like 4, 5, 6, 8 inch diameter trees, but there's a little more fresh sign up in here. Maybe they're up in here browsing and stuff. It's wind's starting to pick up now, so that's helping cover up some movement, and with all these little twigs in here, so trees are snapping. So we'll just keep on working the side hill and see what we can figure out. Well, just saw a deer. It was doe bedded down on the side of this ridge. I've just been working down through, going real slow, and I got down. I almost walked by her because she was on this little flat and I couldn't see until I got this one spot and I could just see her laying there. So she watched me for a minute in her bed. I scoped her out pretty good and made sure she was a doe, and she took off. She finally got up and took off, and she was by herself, but hey, at least I saw one. You don't get to walk up on mother bed very often, so well, that was fun. So let's see if we can go find her boyfriend. Well, I just saw a small buck. Put him out down in the thick hummocks down around the edge of the swamp. And he went out, and I couldn't tell what it was. And he stopped. And I grunted at him, and he turned, and he took a few steps I could see. I mean, when I say the small buck, I mean, he probably had the legal 3-inch antlers. The only reason I could even see him down where he was because they were bone white. But, well, now it's 1 o'clock, and I just see another doe. So they're up on their feet moving right now, so just gonna put antlers on one, bigger than the one this morning. I don't think he was even legal. So, but I'm seeing them, just kind of seeing about one every hour, it seems like, since I got up here. So we're just gonna keep going. Maybe we'll put some antlers on one. Another kind of rainy, drizzly morning. Forecast yesterday said it was supposed to be 34 and sunny today, and we're in the 40s and it's raining. So I'm back up in the same area I was yesterday, just poking along down through quietly, checking the areas where I was seeing deer yesterday, and gonna keep moving along, trying to play the wind the best I can. I've worked my way back down towards the swamp at the bottom, and I just found first real scrape out here, and that's fresh. Got the tracks in it. Looks like there's a rub right up here, so we got one in here this morning. So maybe we can get on them, get them to come in. All right, I started backtracking on that deer's tracks, and we got a scrape line started, and they're all within the last day or so. So I'm gonna follow this back and see if I can find where he is coming from. Maybe I can find him in bed. Well, now it's raining harder, but I just got a message from Jenny and Cody that Cody just shot a beautiful 8-pointer in New Hampshire. So congrats to them. That's awesome. But now see if we can go and see if we can find a little action here while they get their deer out of the woods. So for this afternoon, I changed areas. It's about 1:30. I have about three and a half hours till dark. This area I haven't hunted in a few years, but getting up in here, I've been finding signs in this typical spots I usually do. So other than lack of acorns, everything looks about what it always is. So we'll poke around here for a bit and see what we can do. Well, I just see I think it was a doe, went out way up ahead of me. It's quiet walking, but the wind's swirling. It's coming out of the north, and it's out of the west, it's out of the south, and it come out of the east, and it'll do a swirl around, and so I'm just doing the best I can coming up through here, but it's real steep, and the deer was above me, and it didn't run very far, and then it started walking, so I'm thinking it just saw me, but anyways, at least I saw one today. Got one on the board to get skunked for the day, so just gonna keep moving up through and see what we can do. The wind's picked up, so not much I can do about hunting the wind so much, so let's do the best we can. Well, seen 2 does so far. Even though I was starting to get into the fresh sign and fresh buck sign over at my other spot, I was losing my focus, so I just kind of retracing my steps and looking at the same piece of woods over and over again, so because the deer are all right in the same areas this year, they're not moving from me much. But I also don't want to blow it up and push them out of there, you know. So anyways, it was good just to get out of a different spot and just check it out, and seen a couple and get my focus back a little bit, and back to work tomorrow, but I'll have a 3-day weekend next weekend, so we'll get back at it then, and got about an hour till dark. Maybe we'll catch something on the way out, but either way, it was just nice to see some different woods for a few minutes.